to the Therapy with Rikki Podcast, where we have real conversations that you can feel. I am your host, Rikki McCoy, a licensed therapist in Atlanta, Georgia, specializing in all things life, self-care, mental health, and wellness. How are y'all doing? Take a moment. I want you to pause. I want you to really check in with yourself and ask yourself how you're doing today, right? So often we are just going with the flow, we're in our groove, right? We're working, we're doing the things. We maybe even haven't really checked in with ourselves to know how we're doing. And so I want to encourage you to do that in this moment. Ask yourself what you need. Ask yourself how you're feeling. How's your body feeling? How's your mind feeling? Right? We're going to get into a really good topic today, and we're going to talk about how to create a realistic self-care plan, y'all. I love self-care. Self-care has really helped me in my life, in my mental health and wellness. And so I love to share with my clients. I love to make sure that they have a realistic self-care routine, right? And so I want to share that with you today. I want to go through the different categories of self-care and wellness that will help you create a realistic self-care plan for you, for your life, for your lifestyle. Understanding that we're all different, right? We all have different things going on in our lives, but we can create time and space to heal ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. If you're new to me, welcome. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. If you have been following me for some time, welcome back. I look forward to having this conversation for you and holding space today. Okay. So let's talk about the self-care routine. Let's talk about the different categories of self-care. The first one I want to focus on is our physical self-care. And that is how we take care of our physical body, okay? So some of the things I want you to think about, I want you to really, really just take a moment and ask yourself, do you pay attention to your body, right? How do you know when your body is trying to talk to you, communicate with you that something's off, something's wrong, something is out of alignment, right? I love teaching clients about how to know when your body is stressed, right? Or that how to know when you're stressed. And some of those signs and symptoms may be tightness in your muscles, right? That tension that builds up. For me, it's in my neck. It may be body aches, digestive issues. You may notice that you have an appetite or you do not have an appetite, or you're just too busy that you're not taking the time to eat. You may notice that you are unable to focus, concentrate, those kind of things. You may notice that you're not sleeping well or that you're oversleeping, right? So those are going to be some ways that you check in with yourself physically. Now, what are some things that you can do for physical self-care? First and foremost, y'all, sleep. I want you to really work on a morning routine to start your day, but I want you to also work on having a nighttime routine, right? By putting certain things in place to wind down and create a space of peace, a space of zen, quiet, limiting your distractions, that will help your mind and your body prepare for rest, right? And so there are self-care strategies that you can do to prepare for bed. One of the things, or a couple of the things actually, that I love to do, I love to get my tea, right? I love to meditate and stretch at night. At the end of my day, as I'm reflecting, as I'm letting go of the day, I really love to just take a moment and hold space for myself. I love to do what's called like a meditative shower, where I get in the shower and I wash off all of the BS, the stress from my day. And whenever I get out the shower, it is symbolic of me being renewed, right? Mind, body, and spirit. Today is in the past, it happened, it's over, and I'm preparing for my night and ultimately preparing for the next day, right? And so having a morning routine as well, things that you do to boost your mood and your motivation in the morning. One of those things might be working out, right? Working out is taking care of your physical body, because guess what? Working out, not only does it help you physically, but it helps your mental health too, right? So it's really, really a big part of your mental wellness as well. Working out will help boost your energy. It will help increase your focus and your ability to concentrate. Okay, so let's start working out for the right reasons, right? Let's start working out because it's good for our mental health, right? Forget the body type, forget the other person that you're comparing yourself to, forget all of the things that you don't like about your body. Like, let's learn to be more appreciative of the bodies that we have. Let's learn that if we work out, it's not only for the physical appearance of how we look, but it is for our mental wellness, okay? And so if you're doing it for the right reasons, you will notice that the body will follow, right? So just think about that for a little while. I also want you to do things like drink your water, learn how to hydrate. I carry a water bottle around with me everywhere as a representation of I have my water. I'm being mindful that I need to hydrate my body. Making sure you eat, right? Make sure you eat, y'all. Even if you don't have an appetite, eat something small, fruit, something light, nuts. Keep it simple, a smoothie. Make time to eat. Make time to nourish your body. You won't have the energy to get up and do the things that you need to do if you're not nourishing yourself with healthy food, okay? There's so much linkage to the gut and the brain, all right? So what you eat really does impact you, impact your mood. I know for me, sugar is a depressant for me. I feel really crappy after I eat sugar, or I feel really anxious as well. And dairy, and so I know how my body reacts to those types of foods, and so I'm being mindful of how much of that I take in, okay? That's your physical self-care. So taking care of that body, getting massages, getting that stress out of your muscles, going to the chiropractor, right? I have been going to the chiropractor now for the past month, and I am really loving how I feel, how relaxed I feel. I didn't even realize that my spinal cord was attached to my nervous system, right? And how that shows up when I have stress and tension in my neck and all of the places that I hold, that emotional stress. And so I have really enjoyed going to the chiropractor. But you can do so many things, y'all. I go sit in the sauna, right, to relieve stress. I'm mindful of what I eat. I move my body every day, whether it's dance, twerking, stretching, yoga, whatever it might be, spin class. I make sure I move my body every day. Go for a walk. You make it realistic, 15 to 20 minutes. It does not have to always be an hour or hour and a half if you don't have that kind of time in your day, okay? If you have kids, I know a lot of times we feel like we just don't have the time. We have the kids, we have the household that we're trying to manage. Let your kids do it with you. Let them become part of your routine. It's fun, and it's a way to bond with them as well. It's also a way to bond with your spouse too, or other people that you have relationships with. So even friends, y'all, we can hold each other accountable for our self-care and our wellness, okay? Emotional self-care is how you check in with yourself emotionally, right? Taking that time to self-assess, taking that time to learn how to be aware. We're taking that time to learn how to be accountable, right? We're making sure that we create a support system that supports our mental health and our wellness, that supports our happiness and our growth. Sometimes that means creating a healthy support system. Therapy is really a good place to start, to learn how to be open and to be vulnerable and to communicate what you need from others in your life, right? To learn what a healthy relationship looks like and what it does not. And then you can take those skills and apply them in your life. You can learn how to communicate your needs to the people in your life so that they know how to show up for you, right? You can journal. That is a great way to release your thoughts. Sometimes you may not have anybody that you can lean on or talk to. And we also don't want to get in the habit of being dependent on others anyway. So you want to know how to self-soothe. You want to know how to be able to tap into yourself and check in with yourself when you need to. You want to learn how to be accountable for your thought process. Knowing when it's negative, knowing when it's not productive, knowing when you're spiraling, right? Taking a moment to process so that we can learn how to be proactive and not reactive in our lives and in our conversations, right? Having realistic expectations of yourself and other people. That is a part of your emotional awareness as well. learning your attachment styles, learning how you connect with people. That emotional health, being able to support yourself emotionally is so important. Then you have your intellectual self-care. And these are the things that you do to stay organized, right? To stay focused, to limit your distractions. Some of the things that you can do in your intellectual self-care are having a to-do list, right? Keeping a calendar. First and foremost, you have to have a calendar. Everything goes on my calendar, y'all. Self-care, work-related events, outings, travel, appointments. If it's not on my calendar, it's not happening, okay? We have to learn how to be realistic with our time. And the only way that you can do that is to know how you're spending your time. By looking at my calendar, I'm able to determine when and where appointments can go. I'm able to determine what my self-care for that day needs to look like, okay? I'm able to determine when I can move some things. If I'm checking in with myself in the mornings as part of my emotional self-care, then I might be able to move my schedule around so that I can rest, right? So that I can create some other type of self-care. And I know that work or the things, all the stuff that we have to do in life will continue to be, y'all. It's not going anywhere. But if we don't take care of ourselves, that stuff is not going to get done to the best of our ability anyway. So we have to learn how to prioritize ourselves, our minds, bodies, and spirits. Rest. We got to learn how to prioritize rest, y'all. So just think about that. Cleaning out your email systems, right? Like cleaning out your email inbox. All the email inboxes, keeping them clean, keeping them organized. Crossword puzzles, reading, right? Learning something new. Maybe you learn a new instrument. Maybe you try a new class, a new workshop. It's okay to learn new things. We are always learning, right? So being open to learning, being open to new perspectives, being open to getting outside your comfort zone is all helpful for your intellectual self-care, okay? Podcasts, learning in that way too, the auditory learning, but just listening to something new, being open to new ideas. We're all learning. If you aren't learning, then there might be an issue there. If you feel like your perspective is always the right perspective, that's questionable, okay? It's okay to take constructive criticism. It is okay to be open to new perspectives and new ideas. It doesn't mean that you're wrong, but other people might see life differently than you. And so even having a mentor, having somebody that can help guide you through life and through life experiences is very helpful as well, okay? Your spiritual self-care is how you take care of yourself spiritually, right? This does not mean religion. A lot of times when I talk about spiritual self-care, people will automatically think about religion. But that doesn't mean religion at all. I want you to think about what you need spiritually, right? You are a spirit in a body having a human experience, okay? What do you need? What's important to you when it comes to spirituality? Maybe it is religion. Maybe it is reading a Bible or going to church or having, that motivational or inspirational person that you really look up to and you value what they have to say about your life experience. Whether that's on a podcast, it's on YouTube, it may be in the physical, like actually getting up and going. But how do you tap into yourself spiritually? Getting outside, getting in Mother Nature is also another form of connecting with yourself spiritually, right? I love being outside, y'all. I love being able to breathe fresh air, being able to go to the beach. I love going to the ocean and just letting go of all the things. I just love to put my feet in the sand, right? And something that I learned about myself is that I love being outside in general. So it's not only the beach. I love scenic things. I love to feel one with nature. So getting out, being in nature, being connected to plants. I love my plants. Shout out to my plant moms and my plant poppies. I love being connected to my plants. I love being able to nurture them. And they remind me of people, really, honestly, because each plant needs something different, just like each person needs something different. And you learn how to nurture each plant and you watch them grow and develop. So I love my plants 100%. Meditation, right? Being able to meditate, being able to take a moment to be still and tap into what you need spiritually, to receive the downloads that you need to receive from the Most High, from the universe, from whoever and whatever you believe in. But being able to receive those downloads is very important as well. How do you receive? How do you know what you need to do in this life if you aren't paying attention? If you aren't able to hear, right? How do you find inner peace? How do you tap into your intuition if you can't hear what you need to hear? We gotta learn how to be still, y'all. We gotta learn how to really be at peace and get comfortable with being still. Because that's when all those things that we're trying to forget about come up, right? I know, I've been doing this for a long time. But let me tell you that you cannot run from the things that you need to change. You cannot run from growing. You cannot run from evolving. Now you can, but you're gonna keep repeating the same cycles. And who wants to do that, right? So think about that for a minute. That's your spiritual self-care, okay? Your environmental self-care, making sure you do certain things, practical self-care as well. I like to kind of put these together. But your environment is so important. Make sure that you're spending your time in a place that gives you peace, okay? Create safety in your environment. I love my office. My clients love my office because of how it feels when they come in here. From the pictures on the walls to the plants in the space, right? The color schemes, the different things that I have in here to create safety, to remind them that this is a place of peace and wellness, right? Aromatherapy is also a piece of that. Y'all have to light me a candle. I keep incense on deck, my Palo Santo, my sage, and I cleanse the space, and I'm intentional with the energy in the spaces that I am in. When I travel, I take aromatherapy with me, right? It comes in my luggage. I don't leave without my scents. I need to feel that little piece of calm and soothe whenever I go where I'm going. I also bring my crystals, right? And that's a part of your spiritual self-care as well. Your chakras, your crystals, anything that connects you to that life force energy inside of you, right? And so crystals are a part of the earth. I have certain crystals that I travel with as well. So, you know, whatever it is that you need to create that calm, to create that peace, and to create that safety in your life, y'all do it. What are we waiting for? Why are we waiting to be happy? Why are we waiting to create peace in our lives? They may not be perfect, but guess what? You're worthy of self-care. You're worthy of rest. You're worthy of joy. You're worthy of balance, okay? So that professional self-care, I want you to think about what that looks like as well, okay? I really want you to think about your professional self-care, taking time off, using your PTO, right? Scheduling time just to be. If you want to travel, but you don't have to travel. You may just need some days at home to reorganize your life, to rest, to be still. Get creative with what that time looks like, right? It may be a staycation in the city. It may be venturing out and doing some things in where you are. You don't have to go far, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to travel and have experiences. So really get creative with what that looks like, okay? Don't compare your life to others. Social media will have you out here thinking people are living their best lives, right? And they may be, but that has nothing to do with us, and we don't know what that journey has been for them. So we have to create our wellness around our lifestyles and what works for us, right? Making sure you organize your space, your car, your office, your home. Organize your space, declutter, clean out the things in your closet and in your home that no longer serve you. I promise it will be okay. It's symbolic. It's symbolic of letting go of the things, the people, the places that no longer serve you as you continue to grow and you continue to evolve, right? You create space for newness, new opportunities, new energy, new love, new light, and you continue on your journey of peace and overall wellness, okay? Financial self-care as well, meeting with an accountant, making sure you get your taxes, get all your stuff done. Let's stop being afraid to look at our bank accounts. Let's stop being afraid to be real with ourselves about the patterns that we have so that we can really make the changes that we need to make in our spending, in our habits, in our budgets, and really in some of the habits that have been keeping us stuck, right? We are working to move from survival to a flourishing state of mind. And how are you willing to take a look in the mirror and be real with yourself today, right? That is my piece, y'all. Thank you for joining me. I do have some upcoming services that I want to tell you about real quick. I have the Flourishing Minds Wellness Academy taking place January 22nd. This is a virtual learning opportunity. So if you want to get into holistic wellness, if you have questions, if you don't know where to start, this is where we will talk about self-care and wellness, but we will also incorporate movement, meditation, breath work, and sound healing, all of the things. Join me. Information is on my website, therapywithrikki.com. My Instagram is at therapywithrikki. All the video podcasts are also on the Therapy with Rikki YouTube channel. I have a retreat coming up as well for my ladies, May of 2023. We are taking over Tulum for the Flourishing Minds Wellness Retreat. And we will focus on all things self-discovery and wellness. So who are you when you take off all of your hats, y'all? Who are you when you lay down at night? And is the life that you're living aligning with who you are, mind, body, and spirit? Are you living your true, authentic life? Or are there some changes that we need to make? So come vibe with me. It will be fun. We will be turning up in Tulum. We'll be learning about holistic wellness, all of the things. You'll be able to disconnect and reconnect with yourself. So more information is also on the Therapy with Rikki website and on my Instagram as well. If you have a concern, if you have a topic that you want to share, that you want me to talk about, send me an email. I'm so excited to be here and hold space with you and answer any questions, any topics that y'all have. Send me an email at therapywithrikki@gmail.com. All right. Until next time, y'all have fun this weekend. Take some time to rest. Do whatever it is you need to do. If you have any time off for the holiday, enjoy yourself. Be present. Be in the moment. All right. Till next time, peace and love.